Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton at markrushtongallery.com. Lemon water. And of course, my favorite Kefir. Kelowna Supernaturals. %100% organic. Vanilla Kefir. Available apparently across the entire country. Beautiful, beautiful fermented milk. Because you know why? Gut health equals brain health. I need all the brain health I can get. So tonight we've got it's Saturday Night Live, and I'm not Don Pardo. So what do we got here? We got a Blick unboxing. I got a bunch of art books over here. I'm just gonna thumb through one of them because let's not overdo it. And planning to repaint a large painting. And other stuff too, I guess. Let's get over here where this is. Okay, so I got an order in the other day from Blick, and I'm gonna unbox it here. What is in this here box? Can't remember what I ordered. You know what I ordered? I ordered a catalog and some airbags. There's the Blick catalog. I don't know. I get gifts for kids. That's good. We'll go through that. Oh. We got the primer for Warbler, which is a versatile adhesive and primer for foam, plastics, scenery props, and paint shops. Well, this is something that for another member of the family here. We got a box. It's a good box. And then I got some of the Holbein titanium white acrylic ink in one of these little. I've never used Holbein acrylic ink before, so we're gonna give that a shot tonight because my favorite is Amsterdam. De La Rowney is okay. I love Amsterdam titanium or white acrylic ink because it's so pigmented, like super pigmented. So I think this thing's got a big piece of plastic around it here to keep the ink in. Real good. Keep stop people from putting cyanide in here, right? There we go. What else we got? Is that wide open? Oh, it is. No little plasticky thing there. That's good. Oh yeah, I went to the what do they call that thing? Arts and Crafts show, the major one for Christmas around here. Huge, 300 vendors over at the fairgrounds. That's what that is. So this stuff here, and I love the name of the company. It's called Roscoe, right? Roscoe. Is that a friend of mine's uncle? Because my last name is Rushton. And a friend of mine's uncle, he used to call me Roscoe because he couldn't remember my name. And that's funny. And I had a separate package here. Again, this is for somebody else in the family here, but got some great HD foam, 2mm and 6mm. And then also for that, I bought the Ryobi 1 compact glue gun, 18 volts. I have lots of batteries for this. Just got the tool only because, like I said, I got a million batteries for that. And I also got the French version of, no, wait, here we go. The English version of it's a Dremel, essentially. It's not a Dremel, but it's a rotary tool station. So I'm going to use this to file down my toenails or something. No, it's for, use that with the foam. Cosplay stuff. Let's push that to this. Let's go through this catalog here. This was an unexpected treat. Always like going through art catalogs. And so we've got watercolor. Those look like, so we got studio acrylics. And we got, are those watercolor pens? Who knows? Then you get the Liquitex Basics Metal Painting Knife Set. It's funny that they have all these. That just humors me endlessly that they have all those little palette knives. And that's fine. You know, if you want to sell a million. And I've used like the same one forever. Right. And then I think when it came out, I just got the same one again. I just use the same thing. I'm going to kind of thumb through it real quick here. This is just kid stuff. Oh, you know what I need? I need the $200 fountain pen, or the $474 airbrush, or the $379, as the lady said at the library, called it a cricket. Crycat. Colored pencil set. Is it legal to say that word? Colored pencil. I like that. I don't know. I do like the Bob Ross. Bob Ross. Everybody's watching Bob Ross these days, you know. You know, he was too much back in the day. You know, his happy little bushes and his happy little trees. It's fine. He is what he is, right? He is what he is. But I could use something like that, a 3-tier rolling cart. That wouldn't be bad. No, I need the $300 version. It's award winning. It's award winning. What award did it win? What is this? Award winning. Looks like a plastic thing with casters in the bottom. Plastic caster. She died earlier this year, you know, old Cynthia Plastercaster. Look her up. Art Buzel. Interesting. Van Gogh's oil pastel set. I don't know if he'd be very happy about that. And I'd like to think that Frida Kahlo, if she could come back, she would be waxing that brow. Maybe. You never know. Sharpie markers. Colored pencils. Here we go. Watercolor pencil sets. That stuff's fine. Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo. Yes. You know, it's funny, about 10 miles north of where I live, just north of Iowa City, but there's a little town in between Iowa City and Mount Vernon called Solon. And there's a restaurant there called the Frida Kahlo Mexican Restaurant. And it's just like, why? Why is it called the Frida Kahlo Mexican Restaurant? That made no sense to me. She wasn't it's not like she had a restaurant, you know. I don't know. Oh my God, this is amazing. Your parents live in Solon. Wow. Wow. Solon. Yeah. They got two Casey's there. They got the original Casey's and they got big South Casey's. And then they got the guy on the south end of town that he pumps your septic tank. He's number one in the number two business. Because a flush beats a full house, you know. All right. This is kind of a not a fun catalog to look at. It's a little too much there, but I mean it's nice. I'll recycle that into something else. Your brothers went to Solon High. LOL. Wow. It's amazing. Everybody who goes to Solon High is like a football player these days. They actually have a very good football team. So I did some live streams earlier today because I was putting together. I was photographing some of the art here, and let me just go through some of it that I photographed today. Which one? Where did I start? I kept showing this one, but this one's already been photographed. So, yeah, Evening Matter. I did this week or two ago, before I was laid off. What is this here? Hawks win. Who'd they play? The Floyd Pig. Which I don't follow any of the sports. Who'd they play? Who'd the Hawkeyes play? Alexa? Who did the Hawkeyes play today? Alexa's quite a ways away. So Minnesota. Very good. Minnesota. Anyway, that's good. So yeah, I worked on getting these into mat board and then into little frames just temporarily, just for their school photo. And I really liked how a lot of these came out. Of course, most of these are repaints, things that I've fixed over time. This was one here, Long Hillside. This was from I painted this last night. I think it was last night. And was it last night? I can't remember. But this was almost a failure, and then I did that, and I was actually super thrilled with it. And we got transitional farm fields, green rise. That's good. And then, of course, nothing can stop us. That's a good one there. So I've taken those photos and I got to process them. I'll probably process them a little later this evening after the live stream and get them into the gallery site there for what it's worth. I said I was going to go through a paint book. What do I got here? Hey, you know, while we're on the subject of Iowa and and things Eastern Iowa, why not, right? So this was, I went to the Des Moines Public Library Central and I picked this one up in the kids section because the kids art books don't weigh 40 pounds, you know. Grantwood. You know, Grantwood taught at the University of Iowa. Yes, Grantwood was a Cedar Rapids boy. He grew up just outside of Anamosa, if I'm not mistaken. And if you probably know this, if you go Anamosa and then you go east towards Maquoketa, the hills that he painted actually look like this. They actually look like this. And it was weird because when I was dating my now wife, we would go up and see, we'd go to Dubuque. We go to Dubuque. She had a bunch of relatives up there, her one of her aunts, and cousins, and uncle, and everything. And so we would drive up through Anamosa and then over through Maquoketa and up that way to Dubuque. This is before 151 went through like it does now. Super easy to get to. Stone City. Stone City, yes. I ain't gonna play Stone City. But I remember though that you go through these like hillsides and stuff, and this is what the topography looks like east of Anamosa. It was freaky. And you think, oh, he sort of designed this to make it look like, very stylized. But yeah, this is Stone City. Of course, not much there. Stone City. It's funny. One of my wife had an idea. Highway 30? No, it was the highway that's north of that. I don't know the name of it, but it goes, because Highway 30 goes through Mount Vernon and Clarence, and I think you end up in Clinton. But I can't remember the name of the highway. But anyway, my wife at one time, she's a writer, and she had thought about like a fictionalized version of the Stone City attempt to Grant Wood's thing, attempt to build a sort of an artist colony there in Iowa, but like a fictionalized version. And that maybe that's still in the back of her head, but she had some good ideas. I mean, she sort of researched like the original Stone City, and then she kind of made it a little more. Anyway, it never happened, but it could happen again. I think it's a good idea. Grant Wood was not the only famous person from Iowa. Well, you're looking at two of them here in this you're looking at two of them here in the live chat, right? Wait, Herbert Hoover was born in a small cottage in West Branch. How many times have I been to that museum? He's got those cars there, Got some of his cars. And I've been to I've been to his the Turner Mortuary. I've been in the well, it was kind of like a stable or whatever, or a garage where Grant Wood lived with his mother for a while, and that was his studio as well. 5 Turner Alley. I believe that was the address. Yeah, it's right off First Avenue. I think they call it 5 Turner Alley. And then, of course, one of the most famous American paintings, which, when Grant Wood taught at the University of Iowa, I remember reading this in some book or magazine article or something like that. Like like other people on the art staff there in the College of Art like hated him because he was like famous. He was like famous because of this painting, which, people didn't get it. There's like so much there's so much humor in Grant Wood, so much humor in it. He was driving around southern Iowa. This is a house in Eldon, Iowa, down near where all my kin are. And he thought it was just hilarious that this little house, which is it's in the town, it's not a farmhouse, but it had this crazy Gothic window up here. And then, of course, he, had his sister posing and his dentist, B.H. McKeever. And he's got his plants there from the other. Yeah, there's the house. I think it's a museum now. I've been down there. I haven't been through the house, but so he's posing in his overalls. Parson Weems' Fable. I knew the name of this before, but yes, this is in the museum, the Cedar Rapids Museum. This bench here that he built. The way of the transgressor is hard. See it? Like that. I mean, look, he's got the little. He put George Washington's old face on that little kid. Grant Wood's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. The only funnier thing would be, like if he'd had those black people out there like picking weed, because George Washington in his wasn't like, I don't know if it was like his diary or it was like his daily sort of like logs and stuff. He's talking about sexing the plants and everything. If you look hard enough, you'll find it. But he's like talking about you know that they were smoking things back in the day. You just know that. I sure hope we get to Daughters of Revolution, because that's the funniest. That's the funniest Grant Wood painting. We're running out of. It's got to be in here. It's got to be in here. Where is it? We don't have many pages left. Ah, darn it. Is it here? It's not. Darn it. The funniest painting Grant Wood ever did was Daughters of Revolution. It's got these crusty old women in this painting, and when they're all holding the teacups, all it's crazy. And he was making fun of all the old bags there in Cedar Rapids, the daughters, the DAR, and yeah, American Gothic, still there, yes. All right. Got my art book thing out of the way here. Got my art book thing out. What was I going to do tonight? Oh, yeah. We can get around to some painting here. I like doing a live show, Unfortunately, YouTube does this crazy thing where if I make a live video, they classify it under live rather than video. Now, I don't understand that, because once a video is no longer live, it's just a video. Why do they have to go and differentiate that? That Susan Unpronounceable, whatever her name is, she's just ruined so many great things about YouTube. Susan Google. Susan would you can't pronounce it. Not going to work here anymore. It's my name. This is terrible. Let's repaint this. Zuckerberg rules. I call him Zuckerborg, B-O-R-G. Kind of looks like a robot, Oof. What is it with all these Harvard dropouts? I just wonder whether or not they're CIA plants. I don't know. I don't worry too much about it. I just use the system. I use the system. It's funny, fall to your knees and repent if you please. But really, it's Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know. I saw back in the day, I saw the Social Network movie, which was with the hagiography at its finest, right? But yeah, really, he was just hot or not. That was it. That's all he was good for, hot or not. And then he figured out how to do pay to play. Like, I'm not going to, if you post something, not all your friends are going to see it unless you boost it. And then if you boost it, we're still not going to let everybody see it. Why do people stick around in that environment? Never understood it. Never understood. You know what we were going to do tonight? We were going to do the Holbein. Let's mess around with this Holbein acrylic ink. Holbein. Because hoes got to eat too. What was that movie where that came from? Was that I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker? We got hoe cakes because hoes got to eat too. That was real good. Wasn't Chris Rock in that? He comes in, he goes, I just want one rib. One rib. Yeah, I want one rib. And then the guy wanted like money for a cup. And he goes, that just pour it in my hands. Chris Rock being funny 25 years ago. Oh, look at that. Just Jack the Dripper. Here we go. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, this is... Wait a second here. I am just right out of the tube there. That thing is lovely. I might have to switch over to Holbein inks. That is... What in the world? A little bit more here. Get that fog back. Here we go. Double layer fog. Or it's thunder snow, We got 6 feet of snow coming down here. This is nice. I mean, I'm not even going to put down the... That's not... I'm going to have to order more of this. This is sweet. It's right out of the box. I get this little effect here. Hold on. Is that what I'm going to want? See, that's the thing. If you're trying out a new paint, I know Holbein's really good, but they don't sell it anywhere around here. Like Bob Burridge on YouTube. I've been watching him for many years. Bob Blasts. He always talks about Holbein paints, but I've never bought any just because normally I just buy paints local or whatever. But let's try this. Start over here. This is very heavily pigmented. We're gonna get the Rothko thing going on here. Rothko, right? There's big Mark Rothko and big Mark Roscoe. You've been drinking too much Kefir, Rushton. Time to put down the sauce. Kefir colored paint. That's the ticket for me. Oh, what do we got here? All right. What am I going to do to fix this? I got to work on this upper section here. Just tick it. What do I got here? What do I got? What have I got? What you got, kid? This junk. Get this in here. Oh, whoa. Right on it. Just have that be your mixing. Yep. I don't think we're going to be able to do the 9 by 12. I think we're going to have to go down to 8 by 10 and crop it out. Getting kind of experimental lately. I told my wife, I said, I like these, I like the live streams because I feel like I gotta work through it. And then if I don't work through it, then I just come back to it the next night. Let's go with CMOS. Doesn't take much. Does not take much to cover. This is color. Pretty vibrant. And here we are, encroaching into the blue. That's all right. What do we got? Time is it? 10:39. That's kind of fascinating. Like, you know. Let's go try this here. I keep wanting to do vertical. You know, everyone likes to do landscape. I've been, you know, kind of thinking lately, why don't I do one that's portrait? I'll stand up here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to stop here because this is weird. This is kind of like what I did the other night, but a little weird, a little bit more abstract, but not too far. But I'm tired of that. I want to do this. I want to do like this, the vertical, the portrait style. And so this has got to dry and everything like that. But I like that view. I think I like that view there. So A+ on the Holbein acrylic ink. I want to get some colors, probably lighter colors like yellow and orange, and maybe some hookers green too. You know, they got hookers green because I like the word hookers. They had flyers for hookers. Hookers green. Yeah, I think that's good there. So I'm gonna let that dry, and I'll come back to that tomorrow night. Probably mask it off, and you know, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll have to cut those pieces off though, but that's all right. Not a big deal. So anyway, I've got a little bit more work to do. I gotta go and what do I have to do here? Get my photos from earlier today in the Airtable database, and then I got to upload everything to my store. Get that in there. I have to send out an email tomorrow. So anyway, that's it for this evening. Thank you, Mr. Murphy, for showing up. Appreciate it. Mark Rushton signing off. Have a good night.